Yes.
Your Lordship, the only issue in this.
No, issues are, I mean, many. But you tell us when you passed your first year chemistry? When? Give us the dates.
Yes, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, the session of this appellate was 2013-14.
Yes.
Thereafter, Your Lordship, first part 1 examination of 2014 was held in January 2015, which the appellant clear.
Yes.
Thereafter, Your Lordship, the appellant taken admission in part 2. Part 2 examination of 2015 was held in July 2016. The appellant passed in two subjects.
He passed
Thereafter,
in 2 subjects or failed in 2 subjects?
passed in 2 subjects, failed in 2 subjects.
तो आप जो फेल करने वाला है वो बताइए ना.
2 subjects, Your
He
Lordship.
failed in 2 subjects.
Yes, Your Lordship.
All right.
Thereafter,
but he was admitted to part 3.
Admitted to part 3 in July 2016. Thereafter, Your Lordship, the appellant again appeared in 2016 part 2 examination, which was held in November 2017 and qualifying math subject.
No, Mr. Anurag, you are telling the court about your having passed an examination. Which examination have you failed would be the clinching fact, no?
Your Lordship, only one examination he appeared in 2016, that is in maths, Your Lordship.
We'll ask.
In the counter affidavit, my lords will find a chart. The counter affidavit filed at the writ petition.
Counter affidavit filed when?
Writ petition, my lords.
Of the writ petition.
My lords. Marks of each and every page number 2, my lords will find the chart. And it will chemistry, my lords will, it has been highlighted.
He failed in chemistry and mathematics.
My lord.
Subsidiary subjects.
My lords.
So this was BSc part 2 examination.
My lords.
2015. Then he appeared in 2016. He failed in chemistry honors.
My lords. In 17 he did not appear, my
In
lords.
17 he did not appear.
In 18 he cleared, my lords.
In 18 he cleared BSc part 2.
My lords.
Part 2, Your Lordship.
2018 he
My
cleared.
lord.
All right. So, and what is the difficulty? And he also wrote simultaneously part 3.
My lords.
When did you write your part 3 exam?
Your Lordship, part 3 in 2019, exam held in 2020, Your Lordship.
2020. So before the part 3 examination, he had passed in all part 2.
Part 2 examination, Your Lordship.
Then what is the objection of the university?
That is the, my lords, in that counter affidavit the regulation is there, my lords.
Regulation says that he should not
He
have
should-
been admitted to part 2.
No, my lords. If he will clear part, if he will be disqualified in part 1, he will be promoted to part 2, my lords. But he will have to clear that within 3 years, my lords.
So 3 years cap he has
My
crossed.
lords. And then in part 2, my lords, he has failed in 2016, my lords, I find. He was promoted to part 3, my lords. For that, he will also have to clear within 3 years, my lords.
I couldn't hear you. Your mask is.
My lords, in part 3, my lords, he was promoted in 2016.
Part 3 he was promoted in 2016.
Since as per regulation, he will have to be promoted, my lords. But he will have to clear that within 3 years, my lords. So in part 2, my lords, since he was
16,
promoted in
17,
2000,
So at best he should have passed his examination in 2019, provided you would have held the examination in 2019. Have you conducted the examination in 2019?
the session is delayed everywhere, my lords.
And that's all right. So
My lord.
therefore it would be counted as session within 3 years.
So that examination is of 15 examination,
Shows the rules.
my lords.
Now we would not be permitting a student who keeps on failing to have his result declared. But
But
if the rules
I-
permit, then perhaps you can't stop him.
I
Shows
will-
the rules.
I am here with my lords, in judgments in favor of me, against me, my lords. I will be requesting my lords to decide, my lords.
Meher Kumar Jha, Kurukshetra University. These are cases which
No, my lords.
everybody.
Honorable the then Chief Justice, Justice A.P. Sai has decided, and 1990 of the Supreme Court, my lords, Behrampur University is there.
both sides.
My lords.
Both sides, you have
My-
the judgment. Tell us where are the rules.
My lords,
We
my lords.
would not permit a student who keeps on failing every year to
My
have,
lords,
to have his result.
my lords
published.
will come to page 12 of the counter affidavit, my lords.
Yes.
Examination, regulation 7.1,
Yes.
my lords. There shall be a university examination. Last 2 lines, my lords,
There shall-
provided.
Read the whole of it.
My lords, there shall be a university exam. My lords, the type copy is also there, my lords. If my lords,
Padhiye, it is quite legible to us.
there shall be a university examination at the end of the first, the second, and the third year of the studies to be known respectively as BSc General so and so, BSc Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 examination. No student shall be admitted to BSc General or BSc Honours Part 2 class unless he has passed the BSc General or BSc Honours Part 1 examination, and to the Part 3 class unless he has passed the Part 2 examination. Provided that if the student fails in or fails to appear at not more than 2 subjects at the BSc General Honours Part 1 or 2 examination, he shall be promoted to the next higher class, but he shall not be eligible for admission to BSc General so and so Part 3 class unless he has passed the BSc General or BSc Honours Part 1 examination in the subject concerned. Provided further that this facility for appearing in such carryover subjects shall be available to students at not more than 3 consecutive examinations.
Now what does it mean?
My lords, he has appeared
This
in,
proviso admits of some confusion, provided further that the facility for appearing in such carryover subjects shall be available to a student at not more than 3 consecutive occasions. Now here the
he has
situation-
appeared in 2015, 16 and
Just a
17.
minute.
My
He
lords.
first appears in 2014 session. In January 2014,
My
he
lord.
passes. There's no difficulty.
No.
Now in part 2, the examination was conducted, though the session is 2015, examination was in 2016, where he failed in 2 subjects, therefore the proviso would apply. He could be promoted to the next higher class, subject to his passing the test in the meanwhile. So he again fails in 2017, right?
My lords, he fails in 2000, he appears in 2015.
No. 2015 session, the examination you have taken in July 2016.
My lords.
So he
But the
failed in
session-
2 subjects.
But the session can,
एक second.
जी,
आप यूनिवर्सिटी है ना, you are don't if there is even slightest scope for the student, we will read it.
I will also be with my
all
lords
right.
that
So therefore
the result should be published, my lords.
therefore don't unnecessarily
My
raise
lords.
objection. Now in 2017,
My lords.
which is his second attempt
My lords.
for part 2 examination, he fails in 1 subject.
My lords.
Then what happens? He is admitted to part 3.
My lords.
Part 3, admission in part 3 is not prohibited even though he has not passed for the reason of the second proviso. Now read the first
My lords.
proviso. Read the first proviso.
My lords, provided that if a student fails or fails to appear at not more than 2 subjects at BSc General Honours Part 1, Part 2 examination, he shall be promoted to the next higher class, but he shall not be eligible for admission to the BSc General or BSc Honours Part 3 class unless he has passed the BSc General or BSc
So
Honours.
therefore, for him to get admitted in the highest class of part 3, he needs only to pass first one, part 1.
My lords.
Not necessary that he should clear part
My
2.
lords.
So therefore, part 3 he was admitted. Now where is the bar in his not being competent to write the examination of part 3 simultaneously with part 2 and passing in all subjects?
My lords.
हम बार कहाँ है वो दिखाइए. अगर rules नहीं कहता है तो नहीं है. अगर कहता है
As per the university, my lords, he has appeared in the examination of 2015, of 2016, of 2017, and then he passed it in 2018. So that is in 4th attempt, my lords.
नहीं, it should not have been more than 3.
My lords.
Should not have been more than 3.
No.
Now just a minute. He fails in 2016 and he fails in 2017.
In 2000.
आप 15 को कहाँ जोड़ रहे
तो
हैं? He fails in session is
My
2015.
lords. तो
First time,
सेशन ही जुड़ता है वो जो.
that's all right.
My lords.
The attempt of the exam. Session जुड़ता है, ये कौन सा logic है? Number of attempts है ना? आप
That-
session 4 साल में. Don't get exasperated, Mr. Ritesh Kumar. You represent the university. University looks after the well-being of the students,
My
and
lords.
the judges look after the well-being of the university as well as the students.
My lords.
So therefore, we need to see whether the learned single judge has rightly applied the law. Right?
My lords.
Now he makes an attempt once in 2016. Forget about session now. 3 attempts. You don't hold session timely, you can't blame it on the student. Now you have, in your rules, you have given him 3 attempts
My lords.
to pass. Not for admission to part 3, because for that he only requires to pass for part 1. So he fails in 2016. Since he has not failed in more than 2 subjects, he was permitted to appear.
My lord.
Then in 2017 he fails in 1 and then passes in 2018. So how do you calculate 4 attempts?
My lords. So then, if my lords will, my lords, then he appeared in 2016, my lords. Then 17. Then the 18 exam he did not appear, my lords.
18 exam he did not
Which
appear.
for the session 2017.
He did not appear.
He did not appear. My lords.
That's another question. So therefore it has to be consecutive,
My lords.
no gap.
My lords.
Then what happens to a student like this?
The result is not being published, my lords. My lord, if my lords direction
No,
will publish.
tell us
My
the
lords,
rules.
That is the university is bound by the regulations, my
Your
lords.
Lordship, Regulation 8 is
Just a
there.
minute. What was the reason for your not writing the examination in 2018, skipping it
Lordship.
and then passing? Then he passes in 2019,
My lords.
Yes.
and he appears in part 3 in 2019 only.
19.
And you are not publishing his result for the reason that he has not
Three consecutive attempts.
3 consecutive.
My lords.
Your Lordship, Regulation 8
Just
is
a minute. 3 consecutive years or 3 consecutive chances? I'll
Three consecutive, my lords. My lords will come to page 13, my lords.
Not more than 3 consecutive examinations. So he misses on 1. So why don't we read down or read it effectively that he has to appear in 3 consecutive to pass and not to fail.
It is up to my lords, my lords. We are with the students, my lords.
The question is that where would you will not admit him to part 2. You will not admit him to part 3. So what does he do? He starts afresh from part 1. I'm
My
just
lords,
asking for a
my lords,
situation.
if his result will not be published, my lords, he will have to appear in the part 3 again and then
So would it remove the defect so far as his candidature is concerned? No,
in
because
one-
then also you will say,
in one of the cases, Honorable Justice Chakradhari sir has directed
please don't take the name of the
My
judges. Now, one of the bench is good enough indication that one
My
of the
lord.
benches has
My
done
lord.
that. Now, the same honorable judge has refused to allow his prayer for publishing of the result. right?
In each every
I
every
just
case,
want
my
to know
lords.
from you, suppose the same situation continues,
My lords.
and today in the year 2022, he is allowed to write fresh examination for part 3 and he passes.
My lords.
Now, would you permit him, would you publish his result? Because in the meantime, he has passed. Now, what is the way out for him? Suppose because of his, he breaking his leg, or for some mishap in the family, he couldn't appear. He is not a good student, it appears from this. He has been failing regularly. But then there has to be some way out. Otherwise, you say you provide of a situation when he starts afresh, right from first, second, third, like in MD. If somebody fails in one paper, he has to appear in all papers in all semesters, right? So you don't have that kind of a condition. So where would a candidate go? Suppose he has failed for the third time and not consecutively. Then all this result is wiped out. I want to know. I am not questioning you.
My lord. For that, my lords, there is nothing in that regulation, my lords. I have gone through that. They will have to talk to the controller, my lords.
Now let us see what the single judge has said.
My lords.
And that 2009, he finally passed part 2 examination in 2019.
My lords.
Have you published that result?
But
Have you published that result of part 2, which
my
he has
lords,
passed in
my
2019?
lords. Part 3 result has also been published, my lord, but keep marking it as pending.
For the reason that he passes in four terms in which one he skipped.
My lords.
He did not fail in 3 consecutive occasions. I think we'll read it differently. The learned single judge has been rather harsh.
My lords, I will be giving the judgments, my lords. My lord can allow it by referring to that. It will be helpful for the university also, my lords, since they do not now want to keep the results pending, my lords. And one of the honorable single judges, my lords, allows that petition. Just one of the single judges dismisses it.
We
It is very difficult for us, my lords.
Entire compilation is given, my lord, in our favor.
Recently in the 2022, my lords, one of the single judges, my lords, it is reported, has passed an order allowing the results to be published.
Where is that?
My lords, it is, my lords, reported in 2022, volume 2. In that, the division bench judgment is also considered. The Supreme Court judgment of Kurukshetra University in Sri Krishna is also considered.
Where is that? Which is that?
It is page number 55, my lords.
No, we are not going on all this.
My lords. He has considered the Kurukshetra University, Sri Krishnan,
We'll not get into this reasoning.
and
We'll not get into this reasoning. We'll only find fault with the
my lords,
order
one-
passed by the learned single judge, and we'll say, considering overall
one
circumstances,
one judgment is there which has directed for publication of result. I was not aware about that. Honorable Justice Sanjeev Prakash Sharma has told Brahmaputra Behrampur University, my lords. It is of 1990, my lords.
this decision, we will be differing with the learned single judge
It will be
on a
it will
different
be convenient for the university, my lords. If my lords will consider all the judgment, my
No. We are not required to, for the reason that from the factual position, we find that there is some anomaly in the order.
my lord.
We are directing for publishing. Yes, what do you have to say?
Your Lordship, the regulation 8 is there as per your Lordship assistance. Regulation 8 says that if the result is not published or something like that has been happened, the student can appear as a non-collegiate student. Yeah, हाँ बोलिए sir. And there is no problem with part 3, your Lordship. There is problem with this appellate with part 2 examination.
Be careful. No, we are deciding it on a different issue.
That is also
we are
part
not
of-
referring to all those judgments that in our mind is based on different fact positions. Now we will only be interpreting this examination regulation.
It will be convenient for the university, my lord, since they do not want to keep the results pending,
We
my
decide
lords.
cases for the parties, not for the institutions to take
It will-
advantage.
my lords,
Here,
lay down the law, my lords.
the appellant, a student in BN Mandal University, is aggrieved by the fact that his part 3 examination result is not being published for the reason that he could not pass the Part 2 examination in 3 consecutive attempts. Stop. The learned single judge, while deciding the writ petition preferred by the appellant, seeking direction to the university to publish the result of Part 3 examination, refused to entertain such request on the ground that it would be giving premium to a student who has not passed the examination of Part 2 within 3 consecutive years and has somehow or the other managed to take admission to a higher class of Part 3 and has passed and has written and was permitted to write the examination for Part 3 in the year 2020. Stop. Considering the facts of the present case, we have passed the aforesaid order, keeping in mind the future of the student and the academic environment of the university.
एक लाइन का लिए एक जो ऑनरेबल डीबी का जजमेंट उसको रेफर कर देंगे क्या हम
We have decided this case.
it is our duty my lords to point
What
out
is that DB case?
my lords that is by
Tell us, we have gone on a different fact situation.
Honorable Justice A.P. Sai and Honorable Justice Srimati Anjana Mishra, my lord.
What has he said?
They have also considered that beyond regulation result cannot be published. It is reported in 2000.
We are passing order under clause 10, under
My lords,
clause 10 of the letters patent. It is not akin to 142.
I am requesting my lords to allow that, but at least my submission should be recorded.
उसी में वो लिख लेना हमसे.
2020 volume 4
2020 volume 4
PLJR 129.
129. चलिए.
सेल 17 मिस्टर शशि भूषण कुमार मंगलम.
अब मुझे यही साइट करके लोगों का पब्लिश हो जाएगा.
नहीं केसेस डिफरेंट है.
यूनिवर्सिटी को नहीं चाहता है कि नहीं पब्लिश हो.
चलिए. रूल्स डज नॉट प्रोहिबिट 3 consecutive terms को हम अगर कह देते हैं वो
बहुत लड़का होता है जो 4 बार 5 बार में पास करता है.
दैट इज नॉट द सिचुएशन.